Hello, my name is Elizabeth Carroll. I'm applying for a tutoring position. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to do this. Everyone calls me Beth, and my background is in early childhood education. I got my degree in 1976, and I took some years off between then and 2015 with moving my family and staying at home with children and such. But the majority of my life during that time was in the classroom, most of the time in kindergarten. That is kind of dear to my heart. And so my degree was in early childhood education from East Carolina. And I really enjoy, especially, teaching children how to read. There's such a joy about watching a child who has just realized that they know how to read and they've come to you with very little knowledge of the alphabet and the sounds. And when that moment happens during the school year, it is really, truly special. And I've employed lots of different strategies and methods to helping children with whatever their situation is, whatever is kind of holding them back from learning, because it's just such an important part of their life and it makes them feel so worthy and so important. And that's what we're there for. And so then currently I'm retired. I retired from teaching in 2015. At the time I was living in Maryland, and I moved back to North Carolina where I grew up to be near my mother. So I moved here to Winston-Salem, and so since 2015 I've been here and I've spent most of my time with her because I wanted to be with her as much as possible for the last years of her life. Unfortunately, we lost her this past November, but she was 95 years old. She had a very long life, and my family and I were very fortunate that we had her as this very energetic and independent woman for many, many years. Tutoring will fit perfectly into my retired life. My time is, freed up a lot since I'm not spending so much with my mother and in caring for her and being with her. And now that COVID has passed and it's not completely passed, but it's safe to go out, I've enjoyed getting back out again. And I know I would love being back in the classroom with young children and helping them to learn how to read. That would mean a lot to me. So 10 or 15 hours a week would be very easy for me to fit into my schedule here. When they talked about the question about difficulty with a child, never really had a great difficulty with any of my children. There was one case where I did have difficulty with the family. I knew this child when he came to me was probably on the spectrum, and his family was not aware. He was the only child of an older couple who were both in the military and lived a very strict lifestyle, as you would imagine. And so he had to fit into their lifestyle. And so with the help of a resource person that I obtained from the Department of Ed, she came to the classroom and observed him with me and worked with him. And we developed a strategy between the two of us to present to the parents because we wanted to make it as easy a process as possible for them. Plus, our school psychologist was not readily available for testing him until later in the year. So with her help, we approached the family and talked with them about his situation in the classroom and his interaction with the other children and his abilities to learn. And we had several really good conferences with them. And then when the psychologist at the school could test him and observe him, and it was found that he qualified for special ed services. Then when she approached the parents, they were a bit, prepared and had lots of questions still, but were much more prepared with their attitude and understanding of the situation. And so he successfully began receiving services right away then through special ed. And through his elementary years at our school, he continued to thrive and learn and grow. And through middle school and high school, whenever he asked his dad to, he would come and visit me at the school. And he delighted in telling me, first thing when he would see me was, Miss Carol, you were my very first teacher. And I would say, yes, I certainly was. And he went on to progress very well, especially in high school when he became involved in basketball. That became something that he was very good at. So other than that, I've never really had a lot of problems with any of my students or the parents because I try to keep in close contact with the parents in letting them know how things are going at school. And at that age, a lot happens in a short amount of time, and they grow up pretty quickly that first year in school, so there's usually a lot to talk about. I'm now going to begin to read the book that probably would be read, I've read many times to students, and I look forward to reading for you. Thanks again for your time, and I look forward to this wonderful opportunity.